According to a recent Bloomberg study, over 98% of high schoolers and middle schoolers all want to be influencers. And I guarantee that if you're on YouTube right now, you've thought about starting your own channel and getting that sweet ad revenue yourself. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is that there's a new way of making money on YouTube that's way more efficient, way more scalable, and the best part is that you can make all the money you need to without ever having to make a video yourself. Yes, you heard me right. Gone are the days where you have to be on camera and be an entertaining personality for other people online. You don't have to be a Mr. Beast, you don't have to be a Logan Paul, but you can make Mr. Beast and Logan Paul money with this method. This new method is called YouTube automation, and that is when you create a channel on a specific niche or topic and you hire other people to create content for you, and you just sit back and collect the YouTube ad revenue checks. This exact method is how I scaled my own business from $0 to $17,000 a month in free cash flow. And in this video, I'm going to show you 4 different channels that are making at least $500 a day from their own Faceless YouTube channels as well. We will analyze every single channel step by step and give you the blueprint you need to get started in a similar niche to start making money on YouTube yourself. But before we get into that, if you guys want a step-by-step, in-depth, personalized tutorial specifically for you and learn my exact process on how I grew my own YouTube channels, then click the link and check out my course in the description below. But more on that later. Alright, so the first channel we're going to look at is a channel called Nonstop Sports. This channel has over 742,000 subscribers, and they basically do sports analysis videos. Lately, they've been focusing more on the basketball niche. However, they have done other videos in the past and currently are doing other videos on other niches like football, soccer, and even golf sometimes. And as you can see through these videos, they never ever show their face ever. They just show highlights and clips that narrate what the voiceover is saying to keep the audience engaged. A lot of people tell me that YouTube automation isn't possible because of the copyright issues that YouTube has. That is completely not true. If you make the content transformative by adding your own commentary, by adding your own editing, or adding your own text to the actual video, YouTube will see that as a new creation and your YouTube channel will have no problem getting monetized. Now, when we go to their social blade, we can see that they're bringing in over $50,000 a month just from ad revenue alone. This is crazy. And keep in mind, that's not the only way they make money. If you look in their description, you can see that they have a link to a website called SeatGeek. SeatGeek is a website that lets you buy tickets for sports events. So to get that link in their description, SeatGeek definitely had to pay Nonstop Sports a pretty hefty fee. A huge company like SeatGeek will probably spend about $10,000 just to get a shout out from this type of channel. And that's just from one video, guys. If they continuously do that for every single video they have, they'd be making over $200,000 a month just from this channel. It's unbelievable the amount of money you can make by building a platform on YouTube. So I can almost guarantee that they're bringing in $1 million a year. And this specific concept of sports commentary isn't new at all. There are tons of channels doing the exact same thing and making a lot of money doing it. Now let's look at some green flags for this niche to give you guys an idea of what you need to look for. The first green flag is that they focus on a super hyper targeted niche. In any business, you want to make sure that you choose a niche that is very specific and solves a problem for a smaller community. If you go too broad, it's going to be hard because there's going to be a lot of competition in this space. How to mitigate that competition is to make sure that you're in a hyper targeted niche. So instead of making videos about just sports, you can make videos about basketball. You can make videos about football. Instead of making videos about basketball, you could focus on making videos about college basketball. You see what I'm saying? The more targeted and niche down you are, the better it is in capturing an audience. Once you take over that audience, you keep growing and growing from there. And going too broad in the beginning can hurt you in the YouTube algorithm because YouTube will have a hard time figuring out who your target audience is if it's too generic. The second green flag is that they talk about current sports events. Now, this is a perfect way to make sure that you don't run out of content. You'll notice that a lot of YouTubers nowadays are starting podcasts instead of creating their own YouTube videos off of their own creativity. The reason for that is on a podcast, it's easier to find someone else to help you make content. For example, the person you're interviewing. And it's a lot easier just to talk about current events that are happening right now, as opposed to creating a brand new video yourself. So when you guys start YouTube automation, make sure that you choose a niche that can be connected to current world events. Because once you connect yourself to current world events, you're basically like the news. All you need to do is research about what happened during that time period and make a video about it, so you don't have to worry about being creative in any way. Now this next niche is perfect because this is a very high CPM niche. This channel we're looking at is called Free Investing. And what they do is they compile a bunch of videos focused on one specific financial expert. And then they add stock footage to the video, captions, and a little bit of their own commentary to make the videos transformative. On Social Blade, it says that they could be making up to $11,000 a month just from ad revenue. But here's one thing you guys gotta realize. Social Blade usually underestimates the amount of money you make because they don't take CPM into account. CPM stands for cost per mil, and that's basically how much YouTube will pay you per 1,000 views on your channel. And if you make financial content, that's very high CPM. So YouTube will pay you more for those views as opposed to views on a different type of channel. And that is great news because that means you don't need to get a lot of views to make a lot of money with this niche. In my experience, I actually have my own crypto niche and the CPMs there are pretty insane. So looking at the number of views that they get, I would honestly say that they're making about $20,000 a month from this channel. I'm not joking. And to prove to you guys that there are more channels in the same exact niche that are doing well, here's another channel called Jamie Tree. Here's also another channel called Savvy Finance who does the same exact thing as Free Investing. So now that you see that there's so many channels in the same niche, you know that the market is proven and you can go and tackle the marketplace. So a couple green flags for this niche are: 1, the type of content has a very high CPM, which means you can make much more money for the amount of views you get. And 2, specifically in the crypto space, there are so many avenues to make money through affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is basically when you promote other people's products and you get paid a commission for every product you sell. And we all know how insane the crypto market is and how it's made millionaires. So there are plenty of crypto projects and crypto products that are great to sell to an audience. Now make sure you don't pull an FTX and promote a scam. Always do research on the company you're going to work with and vet them to make sure that they do a good job and they're trustworthy. Alright, so for this channel, I'm going to switch it up a bit. Yes, this is a faceless channel. However, this channel is much more personalized if you would like to go down that route. This channel is called Topher, and they do car reviews. But they do car reviews in a different way than you would expect. See, when you think of car reviews, you might think of people like the Stradman or people like Doug DeMuro, where they have a camera and they show themselves and they review the car, of course. Now, the Topher does something very smart. He does POV driving. POV stands for point of view. So basically, he straps a GoPro to his forehead and he just looks at the car and he drives it and he gives his own review. And the crazy part is, he's never shown his face on this channel ever. So if you're into cars like me and this is a passion you have, this is a great type of channel to start. Now the production quality of these videos isn't that crazy. All he does is strap a GoPro to his forehead and he just talks about the car. Literally, there's not that many cuts, many edits. It's not a huge high production like someone like Throttle House. And we can see that they're making up to $28,000 a month just from strapping a GoPro to his head and driving cars. That to me blows my mind. We can see that there are other channels doing this as well, like a channel called Miles Per Hour with over 480,000 subscribers. Now this guy, he did decide to show his face a couple of times in a couple videos, but 9 times out of 10, he's just driving the cars with a GoPro. That's all he's doing. Now to get started in this niche, all you would really need is a GoPro and a couple cameras and a mic. That's all you would ever need. Now one issue might be getting access to the cars, but it's not as hard as you might think. Now I see there are 2 ways to do it. 1, you can use an app called Turo and rent a car. Or 2, you can actually go to dealerships and just talk about your channel and ask if you can actually test drive and review a car. Now I know it sounds a little daunting going to dealerships, but if you're professional and respectful, usually you'll be able to test drive 1 or 2 of them. That's exactly how the channel Vehicle Virgins grew from 0 to 2 million subscribers. Now let's talk about a couple green flags for this channel. 1 is that the type of content is very long. Most videos are above 15 minutes long, which is perfect for the YouTube algorithm because the main thing that YouTube cares about is watch time. How long someone watches your video is going to be the deciding factor on how much YouTube is going to promote that video. So the YouTube algorithm wants you to watch as much of the video as possible so you can see as many ads as possible so they can make as much money as possible. And the longer your video, the more likely people are going to watch more of your video. Also, when you have a very long video, you can put more ads in your video, which raises your CPM and allows you to make more money off of your channel. So making long videos is very important. And 2 is that you will virtually never run out of content because they're always making new cars. Now the 4th channel we're going to look at has so much potential to create streams of income that's actually kind of stupid. This channel is called UFact Tech, and all they do is review the newest upcoming tech that's coming out in the marketplace. Now, if you don't want to be like the next Unbox Therapy or the next Marquise Brownlee, you can still review certain tech products and make a ton of money doing it, and you never even have to show your face. If we go to Social Blade here, you can see that this channel can be making up to $76,000 a month just from YouTube ad revenue alone. Now that's crazy, making almost $1 million a year just from reviewing a ton of cool little gadgets here. Bro, it's just crazy. And the best part is that we didn't even talk about the affiliate marketing revenue. If you go to their description, you can see that every single one of the products that they mention in the video has an Amazon link. If we go to Amazon through that link and buy the product, then they get a commission for every single purchase. And if they're getting over 50,000 views a video, that means that they're selling a ton of affiliate products. Now, if you guys want to get started on a channel just like this, it's very, very simple. All you really need to do is just go online and Google the top 10 best gadgets for men or the top 10 best gadgets for women or whatever the video idea you have is. Then you find an article, you take that article, you take the list, you write it down, you tweak it a little bit on Microsoft Word, then you look for clips for that specific item on the internet. I usually find mine from YouTube, of course. Then we download them and put them together in an editing software. Personally, I use Adobe Premiere. Then we add a voiceover to explain the product, and then we upload it. So you can see that starting $1 million business on YouTube is very well within your reach. It's not as difficult as you might think. Now, if you guys want a complete step-by-step guide on how I grew my own business from $0 to $17,000 a month, then click the first link in my description below and check out the Alabre Automation Academy today. In that course, I'll take you step by step and you get to look behind my shoulder as I show you how to find channels, optimize them, find people to create the content for you, put the content together, and upload them to create your own YouTube business. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Stay uploading.